that you personally make to your bike? Any small tweaks or changes that aren't typical?
I would play around a lot with my chain rings. Not at the moment. This is still for training camp, and the first stage race I do, Ruta del Sol, has two very hard stages in the beginning. So then I go with the normal setup, which is nowadays 54-40. Whenever I feel that I can handle a 42 inner chain ring, I go for the 42-58 option, because this gives me advantage on slides, downhills. When I go in a aero tuck, you can sometimes out-pedal the other riders.
So with a 58 on the front, what ratio are you riding at the back?
So I have the 11, but actually I want to ride in the 11 the least possible time, because the smaller the cog in the back is, the higher your chain friction becomes.
Knees together. There you go. Push. Down. Good. There you go. All the way there. Not yet, huh? Hold that caution underneath. Hold this pressure. All the way there. Go to the gutter on the left.
You would actually want to ride with a big chainring in front and a big cog in the back. This gives the best drivetrain efficiency, but in certain cases you want that 11 to just, use the big gear, when sometimes you really see a rider spinning out on the 54-11, and when you have the 58-11, this can give a bit of extra comfort. And also nowadays SRAM, they have the 10, which is not at all efficient, but it comes in very, very handy at very fast sections, and in some fast downhills you might get in trouble when you have the 54-11, and teams with the 54-10, when it's high speed and you can't touch the pedals anymore, it doesn't matter if it's really efficient, but if you can put in a bit of extra power, you just can ride riders off your wheel. But I have the 58-11. It's about the same ratio, but it's more efficient.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that, within the 1 hours, you could have solved all the problem. You can see the problem, and you kind of like zero down to where the problems are. And when you make the adjustment on the bike, it take 15 minutes. And when you go back on the same bike, you already feel different. Yeah. You already feel different, the muscles that is being activated straight away, you can feel it. It's different. So that is something I guess what a lot of people don't understand, the biomechanics behind the cycling. And I would say you just cannot say this is just meant for Singapore. I believe this technique is good for everyone who wants to bike and have enjoyable biking.
Welcome to our Real Talk weekdays. Real Talk is just another segment where we talk about the bike industry, and it's an opportunity for us to answer some of the questions that our subscribers usually send us. And one of the most timely questions that we normally get from our inbox is, Coach, I'm this height, what size of a bike should I buy? What sticker size? So this is the normal questions that we normally get. Now, so we're just going to be discussing to you in a very quick, really quick episode, how do we decide on the bike fit adjustments? How do we design made-to-measure frames? What influences us, or what are the factors that make us decide what design of a bike should be applicable for a certain specific clientele or customer? So, how do you decide bike sizing or bike fitting, or you can say biomechanics? You've noticed in all our videos that we started to just veer away from template software or computers where everything is measured, and then based on what the software says, you have to change the position of the rider. This is more difficult right now because some of the bikes that are offered in the market right now are integrated, so integrated stem, everything is full internal, so you can only do so much with the bike. The most that you can do is just adjust the saddle, fore aft and up and down. Aside from that, there's nothing else that you can do. So If you already have a bike, maybe you can do this test at home, or if you have not bought a bike yet, maybe you can have a good discussion with your local bike shop and sit down and make you both understand what you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, bikes right now are an investment. You know, money don't grow on trees, so be smart about it. So, when we design made-to-measure bikes, or when we bike fit, we always focus on the most basic foundation, which is posture. And you will always hear that on all our videos, that posture is the most important part of this whole game. It's like a jungle, but your posture is rather unique because you can dictate what is the most efficient cycling posture that would give you the most optimum balance of power, sustainability, lower heart rate, and all that stuff. Okay? So what am I talking about? So for example, I'll give you a short example. Imagine this is your saddle on a bike. When you want to bend down, just try to go with me, follow me. When you see me bending down like this, you would see now that my butt is moving backwards relative to my metatarsal or my foot, okay? Let's just say foot. From this straight, you would see that this butt goes backward to have that balance. This balance now with my hands down is the perfect posture with my back unstressed. Because we always hear it from a lot of our friends after a long ride, they have lower back pain, lower back spasm, neck pain, numb fingers. So on this position, you would see that the shoulders get dropped. Now imagine I want to hold on to the hoods. All I gotta do is just bend by the elbows 90 degrees. And you've heard that 90-degree joke, right? But it's true. When I do this, this should be where my hoods are. Now let's just make it, put the challenge a little bit further. I'm gonna bend my knee now to mimic me pedaling. So when I do this, the only way I can maintain my balance, there you go, is for my elbow to brush here. And I can hold this forever without even a bike beside me. So this is now my optimum posture that will dictate my top tube and my stem, this one, okay? Now if I want to go to the drops, all I gotta do, that's the drops. This is the hoods, this is the aero bar. Hoods, drops. So you see that pivot here because now everything is concentrated on my core. Now, what's the other side of the equation? Let's just say this is one of those stressful weights, okay? This is 8 kilograms. I'm gonna put it here. Just imagine my top tube is longer and my stem is longer. I'm just gonna put it here a little bit. There you go. Now you end up having to reach for it. So I'm gonna reach for it here because I can't reach it anymore. I'm gonna move my saddle forward, which most people do. When you move your saddle forward, now you're tipping, right? Now all of a sudden, to keep my balance, I have to start activating my calves, my glutes, my lower back, and then I hold on to this. Now it's too far away, and for me to have a 90-degree elbow, I'm already stressed now. Try it out at home. And for me to survive, what I have to do if I go to my made-to-measure bike or bike-fitted bike, I have to now bring this closer. Now I can hold this, no stress. And I can do this again, no stress. And I can put it on the drops, no stress. Hoods, no stress. But if I put this a little bit longer, there you go! Now, whoa, shit. Okay, you got the picture, okay? So hopefully that episode gives you an idea how we decide on made-to-measure bikes and how we biomechanically correct people. We just have to find that sweet spot where your center of gravity is right on the spot that it takes away almost 80% of the stress from your muscles. Thank you very much. Just give us a phone call, message us if you have any questions.
하늘에 다 희나 つかは優しい懐に帰る明日もあるだろうだのになぜ巡り会えぬ父の影泣く